Okay, hello everyone. So I will make again one presentation of mathematics. No, I mean philosophy. I'll discuss one thing, a theory of form of Plato. Alright, so philosophy of Plato. Oh shit. No way. It's the one. Okay, so what it is? Is it a theory of form? What is a theory of form? So let's imagine a circle. So can you tell me, is this circle a perfect circle? Of course not, it's not perfect. And can you produce a perfect circle? No, you can't too. Even if the even with the greatest technology, you can't create a perfect circle. Because it's just impossible. You can have proof of it because pi is irrational and it's um you know oh shit, I'm sorry. Yeah. The pi is infinite in length, in complexity. It's not have a definite meaning. It's in mathematics. You can create a perfect circle out of nowhere. So how do you know a perfect circle? And is a perfect circle possible? In theory, yes. So why in theory, yes? Why is it? Where is it that we know that there is a perfect circle and we use it everyday life? We like we say we see a circle and we know that's perfect. So Plato say that um, the perfect circle exists, but it exists beyond our comprehension. It exists beyond our earthly world. Yet it exists, but it can be found in this world only uh, by intelligence. Intelligence can know it, but it cannot produce it. It's related to a better part of the soul. We call it a rational part of the soul. Yes, belong to that and is fixed on that, and this earthly world cannot produce a perfect circle. Only our imagination, only our understanding, intellect can have it. So let's say that this is a form. So when we assume that this is a perfect circle, we say that this this figure is a circle. Is partaking or is take the perfect circle as its model. Yeah, perfect circle is a model and it's just a imitation of that, imitation of the circle. It does have some property of the perfect circle, but not exactly that property. So we can imitate the perfect circle by this figure. The more exact it seem to be like a perfect circle, the more exact the property of it to a perfect circle. Okay, so it's just the imitation. What we call circle is just an imitation of a perfect one. Yeah, so like that. This is from the earthly world, perfect circle is the higher world. So let's talk about one other thing. The equal. Alright, the equal, the notion of equal. So when you say you have two sticks, like this, two pieces of something, and you say that it's equal in length. But is it really equal? Absolutely not. It's not equal. Alright, so why we don't equal? Because there is a thing called equalness that we can only comprehend in our mind, by our intellect, without even exist in the real world. The real world doesn't exist the equalness of things, but we actually comprehend it. We only comprehend it by our mind. Yeah, so this actually uh, trick some of the philosopher on that time about why equalness doesn't exist, even exist in nature, but we know equalness. So yeah, they say that there is something that we can only comprehend, and this exists. It must exist because it didn't exist. How can we know it? Right? It like if you don't ever seen a coconut, when I say to you what is a coconut, how can you know it? And when I tell you this is a coconut, I show you a picture, you can know it. Only then you can know what is a coconut, what is feature. Yeah, let's say that. Okay, so that's led to a question: how can the mind actually know something that absolute, such as a perfect circle or equalness, or something else beyond that, like beauty, like intellect, something like that? They say that all the things that we see right now just imitate something higher. Yeah, like this whiteness is just a imitation of something higher. Yeah, that's theory. So it's open up a question: how can we know that this absolute thing? All right. So like this, the theory like this. Uh, when you know something already, and when you forget it, then something happen and help you recollect that knowledge. You know it again. All right. And if you don't know it beforehand, but something happen, it's really a new thing in you. But it can create a new thing in you. Yes, it can create, but uh, actually his idea is this: that you and I was get all the knowledge before we even come to this world. Yeah, so he asserted the soul exists, and when we die, yeah, he have a very good argument about why the soul exists. He say that both the opposite must exist, like the night and the day, like the end and this end. It must both exist. You can see something that the opposite doesn't exist at all. So the bad and the good you see in nature, some society, like this, you have two ends. The opposite or opposite exists. So he say that he say that the opposite must exist for each other. So he say like this: it's possible for the giving birth to people also must coexist with the death of people. That means that the death of people help the giving birth of people, and the giving birth of people help the death of people. He say that I want to clarify it to you because it seems to be hard to you. So, like when people die, does it just end, or is it have some correlation to when people go into birth, go into life, when people giving birth? Yeah, two of these opposites. All right, and we say that he say that, yeah, these things correlate to each other. So how he say that? Okay, it's hard to actually comprehend it, but I want to say to you like this: that is what he say is simple. That's the soul when of a person when he die will go away, of course, and when the soul again go into a body, to some baby that haven't yet been born. After a while, no, in that moment, the soul will absorb the knowledge of all the things, all the absolute things, and then when it go to the like the baby, it go from the reality of absolute to the reality of earth, earthly. It's become forget all of his knowledge, but it's still there because he had absorbed all the knowledge. That absorption is, he don't explain to me how that absorption occur, how initially that absorption occur, but actually he say that, yeah, after coming to the world, all knowledge get forgotten, and after a while, after the children get born, he walk around and he see things. It help him recollect of the thing that he have forgotten before birth. Yeah, and so equality or perfect circle is always there, but when we see it, Yeah, but we forgot at the beginning, and when we see it again, see this kind of imitation is similar to a kind of thing we call absoluteness. Yeah, absolute perfect circle. So this similarness help us to recollect the concept of perfect circle as well as the concept of equality. Okay, that's the theory from it. Much more thing like something like beauty, something like intellect and thing. But yeah, I would say I don't know even much about this because I'm just too ignorant. I know it, but I want to learn more. And thank you for listening to me.